Hey everyone, my name is Céline Evans.
And I'm Chris Evans.
And this is season 2 of Georgia Living Podcast.
Oh, it was nice to take the summer off, but I'm really excited to be back here. We're going to talk a little bit about what we did this summer. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that, but we've got a lot of stuff happening in the community, and it's always just an exciting time right around back to school. So I think that this is an episode I'm very excited for.
At the beginning of summer, you always are just like a flat pancake. I don't know if that explains how I felt.
I feel like Wile E. Coyote trying to run through a tunnel, but the tunnel was painted.
Sure. I don't think they watch that anymore, do they?
No, they don't.
No,
But, the people who are probably listening to us are familiar with that.
Looney Tunes.
Right? I would imagine that this demographic, I could say the word Bueller, and you're going to understand what I mean by that.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm getting real old real fast.
Pretty much.
Well, Céline, we didn't do, your average summer, right? We work a lot. We were working our tails off May and June.
Yep.
That's a busy season. We're in real estate, so kind of sorry we haven't been on the podcast during that, but we were serving our clients. And then we got out of town for a little bit. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about what we did?
Yeah, so we went to go repair our investment homes. We do this once a year in Alaska. Mm-hmm. So we also spend a little bit of time there while we're doing it because, what fun is it to fly in and then do repairs and then come right back out?
Yeah.
You want to explore a little bit too. So we add in a little bit of family time. And the one thing that we realized is that it doesn't get dark enough during 4th of July because it's in the middle of summer.
Yeah,
July 4th.
We've never been up there that early.
No.
In the year.
So historically we would go later, a little bit towards August because we were in the Silvers. And coincidentally, it's around 4th of July, right? Just a little bit close to that.
Yeah.
And we went to a car launch instead of fireworks.
Now, this is internationally renowned. There's people from Australia and all over the world.
That surprised me.
That come to this event.
I thought it was an Alaska thing, but no, they were spouting out, the different countries and different...
New Zealand,
yeah, the furthest
India.
Places. Did you hear, little hamlets in, Europe? And
yep, Wales.
Obscure places, too. I mean, I think the furthest is New Zealand, though, because of the time that it takes to travel, right?
Yeah, so let's kind of break down what this event is, right? Alaska, when they do fireworks on the 4th, it doesn't start until 11:30 at night, midnight, because you're right, you're so far north that the sun doesn't stop shining except for a few hours during that time of year.
And it's not really dark either. It's a little dusky, so the full effect isn't there.
Exactly. So what this one family does, they own this land, and on the land there's a giant 300-foot cliff, and on the bottom there's probably 100 yards between the edge of the cliff and the Matanuska River.
And it really is a family event because they know this guy by first place.
And this is a community event. It's been going on for a long time, but last year was the first year that they ever did a YouTube live stream. So this year it picked up and was very popular. And last year when my son realized, that they were doing the live stream and got to see it, he really wanted to do this. So we made it happen this year. It was before anything started, just so that we can get great seats. And around 2:00, they start launching cars. And at the top of the cliff, there's 2 tracks. And they secure the vehicles into the tracks. They remove all the glass from the vehicles. And I think there's only a little bit of fuel in them. But they send these vehicles off, and they go crashing to their demise. Now, they did 39 vehicles this year. The year before, I think they did 31 or 32. And afterwards, when all the vehicles are done, they lower the safety ropes, and you can go into the crash zone and scavenge for automotive parts, for mementos. So we got to do that. We ended up coming back with like
A bump stop.
a rubber suspension bump stop, one piece of interior trim from a random car, and then James got a side mirror off of the American Cadillac that was launched. We've got a lot of videos. You know, if you want, check out Real Chris Evans on Instagram. You can see some of our trip. But you know, now that we're back,
But the TSA people have got to be in Alaska so used to finding the most random stuff checked in, because we had an interior door panel checked in.
yeah, we had mirrors and automotive parts checked in with like Alaskan coffee. We're big proponents of Alaskan coffee. We love it.
But you know, I want to talk a little bit about these cars because I think they were special too. Some of them, they supported local charities. Like there was one that supported a senior living facility down the road that was in Palmer. And then others, they are bucket list items. These people say, oh my gosh, I've got to do this. They drive these clunkers, and they're not.
Yeah, they have to be operable. All of the vehicles have to be driven to Glacier View, Alaska.
But don't think that they are, you know, newer cars and that we're being
they're not.
Or
all of these
like
are
that.
junk.
They're on their last legs. They, you know, or somebody donated it. There's nothing that's resellable there. And
I think one of them was donated in memoriam for somebody.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, one of them came from Florida. There's maybe South Carolina.
There was a limo from Charleston.
Yeah, but they have themes, and it's really cute. Like there's a pink pig, a Barbie theme. Batman's been there before. What others did you see? I know you got to go up close.
Well, we saw the pink pig. The pink pig was one of the favorites. They had attached an oil drum to the front of it, and you know, painted the whole thing pig, so it looked pink pig.
That's
so it looked like a pig with a snout. There was a Corvette that was the Barbie themed one, and you know,
I saw somebody walking off with a life-size Barbie after that.
Oh yeah,
in the parking lot.
there was a life-size Barbie in the car when it went off the cliff. But one of the cool things that they did was, you know, they had like 5 or 6 of the vehicles down by where the crowds are gathered, and Sharpies, and you can sign your name on each of the vehicles.
What a cool memento.
Yeah, we got some cool pictures with the cars. The kids had a blast. It was by far the most redneck thing I've ever done in my life.
But you know, whenever at the very end, when all these people started scavenging for these parts, somebody had a circular saw?
Somebody brought a battery-powered angle grinder, and they were cutting off parts. And I think I saw one of the guys that was with that dude at the end. They're like selling some of the parts. They had this whole hood from one of the vehicles, and the hood had like all the signatures on it.
Wow.
And they were trying to sell it for like $500. So you get scalpers and you get people who are trying to take advantage of it. But this is such a popular event.
Entrepreneurial spirit. Right?
Yeah, and like you said, it was sold out. So there were some islands out in the river, and we were watching planes land on these small islands. We were watching helicopters land and drop people off, and they were chartering these helicopters just to go and sit in the river and watch this event.
Oh, but it's not a lazy river, though.
No.
If you fall in, it's probably your death.
Yeah, that's a death river.
It's the Matanuska Glacier River.
Yep, it's cold, it's glacial, and there's a ton of debris in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Like sticks.
Yeah. Sticks, trees, all sorts of stuff. That's not a river you want to get caught in.
When you live here, sometimes when you say debris, you're like, okay, river cleanup, you know?
Not like that.
I get it. Yeah.
So we're back in Georgia. Mm-hmm. We've spent the last couple of weeks going through and making some jerky and salmon candy. So
restocking that refrigerator once we emptied it to leave.
Yeah, the kitchen has been busy, but now we're back to school. We're recording this. It's August 5th, so Cobb County is in its second day, and there's just a lot to go through. So today I want to talk about some events that we recently had before back to school. Then we've got some great events that are coming up, but we're also going to talk some tradition. So before we get into that, I do want to give a big thank you to Governor Barnes, Roy Barnes, for a great kickoff that he and his wife hosted at their house for the members of Marietta Kiwanis.
He's a South Cobb grad too.
Yeah, and
Cobb County schools.
Beautiful home. The huge thank you to Carriage House Catering. They did an amazing job. But it was just a great evening of getting together with other people who work for kids and for education in our community, and that's why I'm a member of the Marietta Kiwanis. I love the work that they do, and anytime I can, I'm going to support that.
His house is just so beautiful. I mean, you walk in at this sturdy door. It's very impressive. I tried to close it, and it was
it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, can't ram that one. And then when you walk in, there's this beautiful Georgia State seal.
Yep, inlaid in the foyer.
Inlaid into the foyer in homage to his governorship, I believe.
Yes.
Just beautiful columns, the antique Victorian type of look, and the front porch is to die for. Oh my gosh. They really believed in a lot of air and fresh air, sitting outside. And this is before smartphones and TVs came around and people read and conversed with each other instead of being zombies on the phone, right? So, yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. They were so nice and so welcoming, and I had one of the best times there. And
we had a preschool kickoff speech from Marietta School's superintendent.
Yeah, no, before school kickoff.
Yep.
Preschool.
Yeah, pre-school start. Because I think this was, school started Thursday, and this was maybe on Wednesday. No, school started Friday. This was on Thursday of last week.
Yeah,
Marietta City Schools went back Friday. So he was getting ready. And, he got to tell us about one of the best traditions in our local community, which is the Marietta High School seniors. Every year, they toilet paper Marietta High School.
The Blue Devils.
Yeah. So I've seen plenty of videos on it this year. It's a big thing on social media. If you haven't seen it, just do a quick Google search. You'll find a bunch of photos. But huge thank you to the Marietta Fire Department, because they are the ones that get out there and clean off all of the toilet paper from the school and the trees. They blast it with those huge hoses.
I've got to tell you, though, I went to Japanese school, also started back from their summer break, and I was hanging out with a few of the parents who are working for Japanese companies here on a work visa. And, they didn't go to school here or anything, and I didn't go to school in Japan either, but I realized how different we are in traditions and, how beautiful they are. I don't know about toilet paper being beautiful, but how fun they are, right?
Yeah, the kids were staged in a parking lot waiting for, the sun to go down for them to do the whole thing.
Well, I tried to explain to them toilet paper and trees and what it represents and the fun. And the first question I get is, isn't toilet paper expensive?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Can I have the rest that isn't used? Are you using that pile there?
Speaking of that, I wonder if they actually did that prank in 2020 or 21 when we were having the toilet paper shortages. I don't remember hearing about it.
Well, we weren't in school. It was all digital. So
yeah. That's right. So maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, I definitely wasn't in school. I'd graduated college by then, but...
Well, I'm glad it's happening. It happened this year. It was all over, social media. Just such a great prank. And it's so entrenched in tradition that, we heard one time there was a principal that was kind of against it. And she didn't last long in Marietta City Schools, apparently. So all this fun knowledge and just part of our local community. It's great to have this going on. Mm-hmm. All right. So with back to school means we've got events happening. The community is buzzing. Céline, what are some things that are going on in our community right now for the month of August?
Yeah, so there is All for Kids Consignment Sale, and this is a twice-a-year sale that happens. It is a local family. They, I don't know if they still live in the area, but they lived in the Sprayberry area 20 years ago at least. And they started this consignment sale out of their garage. And it kind of was like a little snowball, right? Little one flake, and then it gets into a ball and then becomes a snowman. That's kind of what happened to this consignment sale. It's huge now.
Yeah.
And so it's twice a year for winter and then summer clothes. So they alternate long sleeve and short sleeve and different outfits, Halloween costumes, whatever season is coming up next. And they have it at 2 locations. Sometimes it changes depending on the availability, but it's usually at Jim Miller Park and at His Hands Church off of Molly Road, I believe, in Woodstock.
Across from Lowe's.
Yeah, on Highway 92. So it's right by the highway there, too. And when I say it's huge, it is
huge.
Amazing what they can do in 1 week, from setup to takedown. It's racks and racks of clothes, supplies, homeschooling books, crafts, DVDs that... I guess we still have DVD players. Shoes, toys, those big playhouses, the doll houses.
They have large items like strollers, all that stuff.
It's all there.
Furniture, educational toys, fun toys. It's something that we've been doing for most of our kids' childhood. At
that age... It's just everything that they accept there has to go through checking. So, yes, sometimes, things fall through the cracks and you see like a small stain or anything, but big holes and rips and things like that, I mean, we're not talking garage sale quality. We're talking actual consignment sale.
Yeah,
to the best of their ability.
Think of it this way. All the things that you get as gifts for your kids, and half of them you're never going to take the tags off. This is where they get resold.
Right. A
lot of the stuff that gets purchased is brand new with tags. It's just not being sold retail. So you can get, a $40, $50 shirt for $5.
The best things there are like First Communion suits or things that you don't think about until you really need it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go buy it, and then it costs you $150 for
holiday
that one
dresses, day. The things that get worn, and then by the time the next year comes around, everybody's outgrown it. Those are the perfect things to buy here. So if you're going for the first time, Céline, what are some tips for people who have never been to All for Kids, and that's going to make them seem like a pro when they show up? Sure.
So the Hadsell family who started this, they do an excellent job at accommodating those people who are first timers. So there are special early bird passes for those first time attendees, first time mothers, EMS people, heroes, and you can just shop, you can just sell, or you can do both. It really depends on what you need, and there's an opportunity for everyone. So check out their website, All for Kids. It's ALL4, the number 4, KIDS, and you have all the details there.
We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yes, and so one thing that I do want to say is that once you get there, you're going to find so many things that you probably want a big bag to lug around. They don't have shopping carts, so you have to bring a laundry basket or one of those big IKEA bags. Those do really well.
Or a folding cart, like one of those folding...
I don't know if carts are allowed.
Really?
Yes, they are allowed for people who volunteer. There are positions for that and opportunities. But I think the general sale gets so crowded that nobody can move anymore through the... I mean, we're talking about a ton of attendees here.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they allow that.
Okay. Well, either way, good points. Bring your shopping basket, or bring your laundry basket.
Incentive to volunteer. Yeah. We've been doing it for a very long time.
Perfect.
Yep.
What else do we have going on?
The Blackwell Farmers Market. I've never been here.
So this is something that was just started up this year. We haven't been here. It started in April. It goes every Saturday through August. So we got a few more weeks left to enjoy it. I think this Saturday you may be able to find us out there. Where is this, Céline?
So St. Andrew UMC. There's free parking. It's pet friendly. Ooh, we can take our macaw.
And our idiot.
The dog, not the kid.
I would never call my kid
I
an
know,
idiot.
I know.
Most days.
You have to clarify there. There are over 20 vendors. There's going to be produce, which I love vegetables. Baked goods. Not so sure about those because I bake a lot, and I'm very particular to my own baked goods, but I'm sure they're delicious. And artisan crafts. So you never know what creativity is going to come out of this community, and I'm really excited to see that.
So there's free parking, and they do have accessible restrooms.
And it's from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., so you really only got a short time in the morning, but I do want to check it out.
I think we should go Saturday morning after the kids are off to Japanese school.
Yeah.
All right. One other thing, coming up next month, the East Cobber Parade is back. We're in school, so we're about a month away from that. If you or any of your friends or companies are looking to become a vendor in that, I think they still have signups going on. You can get more information on eastcobber.com. And that leads us into work. The real estate market is in a little bit of uncharted territory compared with what we're used to.
Let's call it interesting data.
It is interesting data.
Yeah.
It is a buyer's market. So we haven't seen that in a long time.
By numbers, though, buyer's market.
It is hands down a buyer's market.
Yes.
By numbers and by empirical data that we're seeing.
Yes.
And this is neighborhoods. This is very hyper-local, okay? So when we talk about this as a buyer's market, not every neighborhood is going to be as challenged as others in selling. And as a whole, Cobb County is doing better than the rest of the entire MLS when we talk statistics. But as we go through this, just know that if you look and see 12 other homes just like yours on the market, it's not going to be an easy time to sell your house. If you look and you don't see any home that is like your home on the market near your price point, then you might have a good time selling your house. It is all about inventory and availability right now, and turnkey homes are leading the market. Turnkey means it needs nothing. It means that you have done all the work, you've fixed all the deferred maintenance, your house is ready to move in, and a buyer's not going to have to worry about anything for 5 to 10 years because all the systems are new, all the roof is new, the plumbing is good, everything is in tip-top shape on the house.
I think I know why, though. Because people are strapped for cash right
Yes,
now.
absolutely.
They cannot afford to have a problem in 5 years.
Absolutely.
And so they want to make sure that they can finance it in to their monthly payment, have it all taken care of at the beginning, and then enjoy the house.
And then they want time to replenish their savings from this purchase because it cost a lot more today to buy than it did 5 years ago. It's a different type of buyer. The rates are higher. There's more homes available. So let's run through this. Some of the numbers. Okay, so here's Cobb by the numbers. We had 1,263 new listings in the month of July. This is up 4.9% year over year. Put that in perspective. All of FMLS had 11,585 listings that are new, which is up 6.8% year over year. So we have fewer homes coming to market in Cobb, slower growth, appreciating year over year. Our active inventory, these are the homes that are for sale. They are active. They are not under contract. Our inventory is up 38.6%. We have 2,782 homes in the month of July on the market as active. FMLS as a whole is up 34.6%. So we have more active listings year over year. We're underperforming the MLS there. Let's talk about what is going under contract and what is selling.
To be very clear, this is the peak of the selling season too.
Yes.
And it's data from last month, not right now. We're in August. So, it doesn't come out until the very end of the month. So.
And it's still preliminary data. This is subject to change, but it's going to be pretty close. I mean, there's properties that closed on the 30th of the month, and, the office hasn't updated the MLS for those closings yet. So this is subject to change, but it's preliminary, and it's going to give you the best idea of what's going on because it's the most recent data. So let's talk pending and closed sales. In Cobb County, we had 641 homes go pending in the month of July. This is down just under 15% year over year. FMLS had 5,000 homes go under contract. They're down 20% year over year. So we're seeing far fewer homes actually going under contract year over year. We're seeing more homes on the market year over year. And closed sales were down 18% in Cobb with 736 closings. FMLS is down 20.6% with 5,503 closings. So the picture here is we're not insane on the number of homes that are for sale. We're not seeing a flood of homes to the market. As a matter of fact, the number of homes that we have for sale are kind of in line with what we've seen over the last 7 to 8 years annually. So it's not out of range. What we're seeing is a far smaller of a buyer pool. Lots of people have left the market. They're not buying right now. They are either not in the position to afford it, or they bought in 2020 and now they're not leaving because of those rates. Because people would average 5 to 8 years in a home, so we should start seeing some churn happening from those that bought during the pandemic and the economic times after that.
Well, so if it's this slow, then how fast are they turning around?
Well, we're seeing the average days on market right now at about 20. Hang on, where do I have here? Days on market for Cobb is about 21 days.
Okay.
Which is up 90% year over year, 90.9% year over year. FMLS is at 26 days, which is up 52.9% year over year.
So Cobb's doing a little bit better.
It is, but we're 90 plus days. Mm-hmm. Or we're 90% longer than we were this time last year. We have more homes on the market. So let's talk about what our inventory looks like. Cobb is at 3.9 months supply of homes. FMLS is at 5.1 months supply. And this is all of Cobb across all housing types. If we look at townhomes versus single-family homes, like your attached housing versus your detached housing, it tells a completely different story. Because I don't have the numbers in front of me, but attached housing is nearing 6 months supply. We have way too many townhomes for sale. We're starting to see some uptick in the rental market, but it is not substantial at this point. I think Atlanta has another year or so to go before we start seeing some real improvements to our housing. But right now, homes are staying on the market longer. They're expiring and coming off of market because people are having difficulty selling for what they are owed when there's lots of competition at a similar price point. And if you bought in the last few years, you're dealing with less appreciation and less equity in the house. So you're sitting in a position where it's harder for you to negotiate on that price. So you're not reducing the price.
So what is the price now?
Well, the median sales price for Cobb County is $460,000, which is actually up 2.2% year over year.
So holding strong.
So our values are still holding. FMLS is 410,000, which is up 0.2%. So just a much smaller appreciation there. We're kind of staying flat for most of the market, but we're seeing pockets of appreciation, and a lot of those pockets are in Cobb. Doesn't mean that every part of Cobb is up 2.2%. If you're curious about where your property is on value, feel free to reach out to us. You can email me at broker, BROKER, at Select Realty, SELLECT, because we choose, with us, we're all about selling. So broker at selectrealty.com, and send me your address and just an email titled request for CMA. We will run the numbers and tell you exactly what your house is worth. There is no obligation for that. We're not going to pressure you. We're just here to provide this service for the county. And let's talk about where things are selling. So back in 2020, everybody was selling for 100% or more than ask price. We are not in that world anymore. Cobb County is selling at 97.7% of the original list price, which is down 1.3% year over year. FMLS is slightly underperforming at 97.4% of the original sales price, which is down 1% year over year. And when I talk about homes getting activity, the average showing or the average showings per listing in Cobb County right now are only 4.4. This is down 10% year over year. FMLS is averaging 3.3 showings per listing, which is down 8.3% year over year. So the picture here again is, if there's a lot of competition and you're a buyer, it is a great time to buy. Not because of the financing and the cost of things, but when you start working with a professional agent, there's things that we do in the transaction to make things very favorable for you as a buyer right now. Those include, negotiations off the bat with closing cost concessions. We're getting repairs made and lots of concessions happening. Again, this is in areas where there's lots of competition on these houses. If the house is in an area where there's high demand and high value, you're seeing less of that and more favorability towards the seller in those neighborhoods. But there are more homes for sale today than there have been for the number of buyers out there. As a matter of fact, the last time we had over 5 months supply was in, I believe, July of 2012. So,
I graduate at the darnest times.
Yeah.
2008, for undergrad. Mm-hmm. And then there's the financial meltdown. And then, you're right.
And then 2012
and then 2012.
That was the last serious year. That was the year that we saw a lot of rebound happening in real estate. 2013, we saw, a really, really strong year.
I have great timing.
Well, so do I. I mean, I was a financial advisor in 2009.
Right.
That was smart. Well,
and now,
we learn.
The reports are that college grads are having the same problem this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, whatever you're seeing on TV, whatever you're seeing on Wall Street, just know that doesn't tell the whole picture. The picture here is that people are struggling. We don't have a lot of people buying homes right now. We don't have a crazy amount of inventory relative to past years' markets. It's just our buyer pool has shrunk. The average age of your first-time home buyer right now is 38 years old.
It's just sad.
I'm 38 and I've been in real estate for 15 years?
I don't mean it that I'm looking down on that. I'm meaning that, we want people to own homes because so we actually wrote about this in our book. It's the best way, or one of the easier ways, to create wealth for yourself. And it starts with owning real estate. That's what a majority of people create wealth with.
Yeah.
In the United States. Now, we're not talking about other countries because real estate is treated differently. But in the United States, it's a great vehicle. And for people to start so late, and, it's beyond their ability. I mean, it's just life throws things at you. So not everyone is, lucky enough to start early. But the fact that these conditions, are pushing that age for the first-time home buyer to 38 is really...
That's 15 years. That's half of a 30-year mortgage. Like,
that's what I mean.
I started in real estate at 23. We bought when I was 21, give or take. Yeah, 2008. And if we hadn't made those moves as soon as we possibly could, we would be in a completely different conversation right now.
Our book is called From the Ground Up.
From the Ground Up.
By Céline Evans and Chris Evans. Yep. And you can find this on Amazon as well as...
Dr. Céline Higgins Evans.
I did good at vet school. So it is available on Amazon as well as Audible. And the guy who recorded it, amazing.
Very professional.
Yeah. I really like his voice.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is that his last name is Belcher. So it's like, belt it out, right?
Yep.
But anyways, it's a good read. I recommend it.
It is. And with this being a buyer's market, there's a lot of things that don't get talked about often. One of them being resources. So if you are starting out and you've got your career going, now's the time to start talking with a realtor and a loan officer to find out what's available, what do you qualify for, and how can you position yourself as fast as possible to get into a property that you own? Because when you own the property, you start getting the tax benefits, which the mortgage interest deduction is huge. You start getting you start paying yourself a little bit every month as you're paying down that debt, and you lock yourself into a rate that's never going to change unless it goes down with a refinance. Your rate will never go up, and that's something that renters do not have the ability to say. So it's incredibly important. It's the fastest way to grow wealth in the United States is through real estate ownership. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about that, or you just have questions about your house, give us a call, send us an email. We're the experts, and we're here to help. We live in this community with you, and we want to support you where we can.
Let's talk about something fun.
All right.
I mean, not that real estate isn't fun, but
real estate.
Right now, it's a very difficult market.
It is.
Let's talk about something totally different. Football.
Right. Football.
Yeah,
What's going on in football?
The beginning of school means football is right around the corner.
High school football is back.
Yes. So we're going to be seeing them out on the practice fields. And our closer two high schools are Pope and Walton. And they are going to be having their first game. Pope is going to be having it on the 16th of August versus Cambridge. And Walton is going to have their first home game on the 29th versus Roswell. So that's right next door. And I really like going to these because the concession stands are manned by the parents and volunteers, and every time we go, I really think that it's delicious food. I mean, heck yeah, I want a cheeseburger, or a chili dog or something like that. And kudos to the Pope High School one. Really, really good food. And so, what are you doing?
Trying to find a cable for a charger.
Oh. Well, okay. Do you want to close the door?
Not successfully, though. So we're going to have to wrap up this episode before my computer dies.
We're real people.
Hang on. I may be able to have another one.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to be talking about organization and routines for busy families while he looks for a cable. What he wanted to talk about was to get back into getting up early. It's not the summer schedule anymore, and it's an adjustment. So a week before school started, we started having our children go to sleep a little bit earlier. And of course, during the summertime, it gets out of control. I mean, they are up until 1 a.m., 2 a.m., driving me nuts because I just want to sleep. I'm in bed, but they are creating a ruckus upstairs. I swear, the commercial with the cobbler upstairs, or the clogger upstairs. That's my house. It's very, very loud, and I feel like I have giants who live above me. So that also means that we have to go to sleep a little bit earlier. We have dedicated homework areas. So we bought office cubicles since we have so many children, 3 of them. I guess that's a lot for now. And they each get their own little workstation. It's like a call station type of thing. And I don't know how long it's going to last, though, because kids doodle on things and it's getting a little grimy. But it's lasted for now. Meal prepping is really great. So we've started making our own deli meat, and it's a lot easier than you think. It's a lot fresher tasting as well, and the kids absolutely love it. So look into that. I know it sounds like, oh, you can just go to the grocery store and just pick up a pack. Sure, yeah, you can. But the taste of the homemade deli meat, trust me, it's really good, especially because you can customize it to your taste. And also, one thing that we've been really struggling with is screen time. We didn't have these devices when we were younger. We had maybe a Game Boy, and then that was limited to battery life. So you really couldn't play it for hours on end. But now they're lithium-ion batteries. They last a lot longer. You can play with it charging. We have to set limits for them, or else they just go wild with it. And yes, I could try to trust them, but they're children too, so they want to do the really fun thing. And they will stay up all night and be a mess in the morning. Did you get everything situated?
I got everything situated. We are charged. My camera is plugged back in. Oh, it's fun. First time back in the studio. But, some of the things that we've done with these kids has really made an improvement. I think taking the devices away.
And actually leaving them in our room.
Yeah, and keeping them physically away from the kids when we need them to get work done has been probably the most effective.
Yeah.
I've tried shutting off the internet. I've tried, restricting the devices.
Right.
But,
what works for us might not work for you. This is all trial and error.
Yeah. So. If I've got to get the kids to do something, I physically need to get up, go shut the TV off, take the devices and say, get this done, and you can have it back when the task is complete.
It is amazing how quickly they do something when they want it back.
Yes.
They are very fast.
They really are.
But I'm sure we're not the only ones who, just this morning I heard about a school district going no cell phone policy. So we're not the only ones dealing with this. They become more accessible, more common in their hands. So, yeah, just a sign of the times, I guess.
Well, Marietta City Schools went no cell phones for the elementary and middle school.
Yeah.
I believe, or middle school. And I knew that they were considering it for high school, but I don't know if they'd done it yet. But they did this whole pilot program where they have these secure pouches. Mm-hmm. The teacher has like a magnet that unlocks them, and the kids put it in the pouch at the start of school, and they get it unlocked at the end of school. And that way their devices are always on them, but they can't actually use them. The shocking thing here...
Can they see through
this
pouch? Oh, okay.
Nope. It's a black neoprene pouch with a secure locking
What if you
lid.
have to put it on silent?
Well, they have to do that at the start of school.
Before it goes in the bag, yeah.
And this way, in the event of an emergency, the kids have their pouch, right?
The only thing that I can compare this to our generation is Tamagotchis. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
They would start going off in the middle of class in somebody's pocket in elementary school. And I think that was the first glimpse into the distractions from mobile devices. What do you think? I quite honestly forgot one in my locker one time. When we had lockers, they don't have lockers anymore. But I didn't know I had it in there, and it beeped, and then I just looked dumbfounded, like, I don't know whose it is. I found out after I got home.
That it was yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had those, and I mean, in elementary school, our big thing was yo-yos and pogs. So it's like they weren't even electronic when I was in school. But yeah, I remember the biggest thing was when we got the TI-83 calculators, the graphing calculators, because we could program them to put video games on. So I would be sitting there in math class playing Super Mario Brothers on my calculator.
I can't believe you took the time to program that.
Didn't
I don't
take
have
long.
that time. No?
No, it was just
I
it was
am
a quick
not-
tutorial. You flash it and you're done. You just transferred the files over, and then you went into your calculator and opened up the files.
I'm not surprised because you've programmed our electronics to where I struggle to even turn on the TV, and I give up a lot of the time, so I just leave
Can
it
you
be.
hear my sigh?
I just read instead.
Yeah. It's nice to see the kids back in school. I like this no lockers thing, but I'm a little peeved because we had to carry around 30 pounds of books every single day.
We were at the height of it.
And now all the books are left in class, and they carry around a computer, and
Do
that's
you
it.
remember complaining about that? It hurt so much.
Yeah. I mean, it was a hike from the bus
Yeah.
stop all the way to the house.
And the biology textbooks, they were big. They were at least 2 inches thick.
Oh, I didn't read those.
Well, of course you didn't.
No.
I'm a biology major, though. So, I mean, that was my favorite, but
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like a brick.
Well, it's nice that we have everything coming back to a normal schedule. I got to say, the amount of stress that came off my shoulders the moment that I shut the house door after the last one left for school yesterday.
Yeah.
You only understand this if you're a parent. Like, it is...
I don't even know if you would understand it if you had one child.
No, one is easy. That's cheating. But if you are a parent of multiple kids, especially 3 or more, you're feeling like I'm feeling after, this whole summer of screaming and not listening and doing what they want, not what you want, and it's a constant battle. But,
It's the noise factor that
the
gets
noise gets to you, it's
times 3.
working from home, pulling half days in the office. I mean, it's a lot that we have to adjust for in the summers. And, parents, we feel you. It's not easy, and it's really, really, really nice. So here's
back.
here's to hoping we don't have to have the kids home on a work day or anything for at least 3 or 4 weeks before they start throwing those on
Oh,
us.
yeah, right. Fall break is going to be right around the corner.
Yeah, we'll be back in school for 2 weeks, and then we've got them for another week.
Yep.
No, I'm joking. I have no idea when fall break is, so don't quote me on
Probably in
that.
3 weeks.
I hope not.
I bet.
Well, as we get back into Georgia Living with Season 2, you can look forward to more community outreach events, more up-to-date news on what's happening in your local real estate market. Next week, we're going to talk about getting your house fall ready, so we'll go through some maintenance tips, things that you could be doing around the house to improve and maintain your value, and...
Yeah, I mean, these leaves are going to fall. You're going to see your neighbor.
yeah.
Prepare.
Yeah, if you bought your house in the summer and you haven't seen it in the winter, just get ready. You're going to see through all those trees. So, if you don't have any blinds or shades on your house and you like to walk around naked, now's the time to start planning for that.
That reminds me when we first bought our house, the window treatments were taken by the previous owner.
Thank goodness they were ugly.
Well, that's fine, but, the fact is that we had a bay window in our bedroom, and we had to sleep there. So,
Yeah, we just didn't get dressed in
very
front of
quickly.
the window for a couple of days.
I know, but very quickly we bought window coverings.
Oh, yeah. So we'll talk about some ways to keep your house in order and all that seasonal maintenance that you've been putting off. Hopefully it'll stay cool. We got the rare under 70 days in August, but don't expect that to last long.
Hurricane season.
Hurricane season is upon us.
How'd you say it?
Hurricane?
No, you didn't. You said hurricane.
Hurricane?
Hurricane.
Football season is almost here, so go Greyhounds and
Go
our Walton
Dogs
Raiders
soon.
and go Dogs.
I miss
Sick
them.
'em. Yeah. All right. We'll catch you back here next week. Thanks for tuning in. This is Georgia Living. I'm
Hit
Chris.
subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
Céline.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've done this. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, share this content with other people in our community. Get the word out there. And if you need anything real estate related, we hope we're your only choice. We'll see you next week.
Bye.